Right, this is a follow-up video on from video on genetics. Put a brief outline of the main subject points. I'm also going to write up essays actually on the Seroxat, the asthma medication, and also on eczema, like the different creams. I've got a house full of kids here. Basically, this is about pregnancy and test scans and understanding fear for birth mothers, if you know about twin studies, read together, read apart, and the third placebo twins. And the conditions for that would have to be where they live within each other, within a very close distance. They don't even necessarily have to even look that similar or even be the same gender, really. It's just enough to convince them that they could be twins, to study their behaviour. And also things like their birthdays have to be quite similar, so there has to be like an overlap, so they might actually genuinely believe that they are. You've got to understand it from the mother's point of view, the anguish, and understanding scans and diagnostic scans, purposes and benefits, placing father at scene if pregnancy falls outside of time frame, and twins are marrying. You know, the point of these studies are things like twincest. You know, a lot of those feelings are really kind of why they never want to be apart from each other. The ethnicity and DNA, you know, of twins. The DNA, they're 100%, you know, if they're identical, they've got 100% same DNA. So in theory, when one gives birth to a baby, the other one is also 100% same DNA. You know, so there's also like things like criminal studies as well, where twins are, one twin has committed a crime and the other one could be accused of it. You know, that Jeremy Irons film, I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, there was a study, there's a film based on that as well, because it's the same DNA. They can't really be sure which one did it. And ethnicity and DNA. You know, apparently they can't detect somebody's identity, like their ethnicity, from their DNA. Like, for example, if they're Irish, Lebanese, or if they're Dutch, Bengali, you know, they can't really necessarily pinpoint it because those two races look quite similar. You're like European mixed with another foreign descent, basically. So it's quite kind of interesting. My own experiences of it, apart from when I was younger and all this kind of, you know, being part of like a placebo group study. I mean, like there was a time my sister was actually in hospital for another reason, and my dad was doing DNA tests anyway, so he was probably part of the DNA test studies anyway. But they were doing DNA tests on our sibling group, like, you know, the ones that we read together, like the proper ones. And he was also probably there for some bizarre reason. This is Sean. And I don't think they did one on him, but they might. I mean, we don't really know what the reasons were, but you know, they kind of worked out different things from it. I didn't understand. I was only about 9.5, 10. It did kind of confuse me a little bit because, you know, like my mum was kind of asked questions and kind of, you know, oh, where does she come from? Who you know, who's the father? That kind of thing. So my mum also suffered a little bit of. She's a bit worried as well, you know. But anyway, there's all of that stuff as a child. It wasn't really that bad. It was kind of just a little bit, a few questions here and there. Then when my daughter was born, that's where my own thing starts, where I'm kind of like somebody on the other end of it, like understanding his mother's point of view. But this is actually my own experiences, because I've really genuinely started thinking my daughter was a twin. And it's no joke. It started even from before, like when I had my second scan, and towards the end of it, the doctor, the midwife mentioned something. Oh, there might be an extra heart with that kind of thing. Put the idea into my head. Whereas in hospital, they mentioned something about the ones under the lamp. There's like another kid there maybe, and I wasn't really sure. And I was getting a bit obsessive. And then kind of I did like a quick kind of search on the system, you know, for ancestry, and found a few other kids with similar, you know, born in the same time frame. And there's one, Layla, another one, Jasmine. They've got the same mother's maiden surname. Mine's Ali for usage. Although I'm Rani Begum, my surname became Rani Begum Ali because of the fact that was my father's surname. Anyway, I literally had to go and order. All the pregnancy scan stuff as well, and everything. So I had a copy of it, and I went through it all like in detail. Anyway, I'll make another video after this.